Here's day 1058 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you like to sponsor or come and share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. Very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing your day. Siman Tzadik Aleph Chav Tes to Lamed Aleph. Chav Tes. Mashiach Shel Rabbeinu Beis Yosef. Shekosav v'shah kedei te melicha l'kdeira. That has to remain salted. The amount of time it takes to salt for a pot. The Sfilik Korea about Saloni. As you said before, this measure of time is lapsed. Lo nechsher krotech. It's not considered to be like boiling. Understood as well. Because Africa Siman Saltes Lotabas Kedeazu, but Siman Saltes he did not take this opinion. Zon Bneisha Hadam Bamelach Roslimain. I would say about when salting, because blood and salt are considered to be boiling b'shas resicha melicha at the time of the salting. But other on the contrary, after shir melicha pasak kocho, after the time melicha has passed, their power has elapsed. Kamashenke mekan. Above the She'ena Pole Klum doesn't emit anything below Nasir Osech, and it's not considered boiling shir melicha until after shir melicha has passed. You can also distinguish say about the blood and the juices, which are the brine, which is dripping from the meat. The Mexican salad is going to be boiling. In terms of the brine, if it's dripping, so you consider like boiling miyad immediately after salting has taken place. As Rabbi Rama writes, any brine from meat which is salted, even if it's only salted for the purpose of roasting, which is much less. It's considered to be boiling. Certainly if it's salted the amount of time it takes for the pot. That's saying here that it tarried the amount of time it needs for melicha for the pot, which is longer. It's talking on the meat itself, not the brine. It's not considered to be boiling arachar shir melicha until after shir melicha has elapsed. Those argue and say the Gamaria about Soloni lokamar zarak melichas basar. He said that by salting meat, the came sheosik lotzi dam, since he was involved in extracting blood. Eno papula acheres lechameim basar. It doesn't do any other activity to eat meat. Shero salad should be boiling. Only when the blood has been completely extracted, does the salt start heating up the meat. That's there. But here where the salt is not involved in extracting anything, immediately hits the meat. There's nothing else to do. And that is from the Placey. Doesn't and Arukh HaShulchan rejects this. The simultaneously. The extraction is also by heating up. The heating up is what actually activates everything. Therefore, it seems more correct what it said before, that the brine is heated up immediately, the meat later on. I'm astounded though. It's going against most of the poskim, the Beis Yosef. According to Rama also is the exact opposite. According to his opinion, against the Beis Yosef's opinion, until the time it's according to Beis Yosef, until the time it's not considered boiling. Then it's considered boiling. Rabbeinu Rama until the shear of salting it is rosech. Then it's not rosech anymore. So what does it mean? Yeshomim. Havli lamem lemar v'yeshomim etc. Havli lemar should say yeshomim lehevach. Should explicitly the antithesis is correct. The ad shir melicha have only until shir melicha it's like boiling. Chakach lo mikrosel. Then it's not called boiling. Avade the zesh chazar ben v'yes the shok de melicha l'kedera kozman shleidicha v'chulei en kam nas ad shir melicha lo nechshav krosech. It doesn't mean to say that until the time it's the melicha the shir melicha has lapsed, it's not considered to be boiling. Ekonasa feel shock de mlicha. And as I say, that even there was shock de mlicha kedera. Um. Uh. The feel shock de mlicha nefesh was saying it's still considered boiling. But as Ramah argues, after Shir Melicha, it's no longer considered boiling. Dina Iskim Robak doing the Gamma Shir Melicha have a Krosech, which is going to us Ashkenazim. The Bain Local fields are Godel, and you should not be made even for a great need. The Chain Ikodian, that's the primary locha. It's interesting about the Spartan mold. Probably not that way. Lamrav, cold sirmi basar, any brine for meat, and the mach, which is mitzvah. I feel only even the salting was only for the purpose of roasting. Chosh was saying it's considered boiling. The zesh amar the salt medichal geira. I would say it has to be the amount of time you would salt for the and also the amount of salt, not just time salt that you need for gedera for the pot. That's in terms of the piece itself. The pachas was saying that's not the piece of meat itself is not considered to be boiling. But the tzir is always considered to be boiling. Because it drips by the boiling. It boils out. Therefore, if brine from salt and meat fell, al gvina on cheese, al clear on a vessel. Oser asas v'esek klipa asas k'dei klipa v'nearly the das asay melicha b'shishim because those melichas bottle with 60 shenoval tipa sira ma'achol when a drop of brine fell on the food certainly tells a mokom you need to take away the thickness of a mokom shukovi etzba which is like the thickness of a finger. Shenoval keli if it's found food right? For a vessel tzarich hagola you have to kash it. Kli cheretz tzarich shvira. Well, pottery, no chachmas here. You got to break it. Creates a wooden vessel. Enough for a mokom echo. You fell in one place. Koli mekomo. You peel off that place. The dye. That's enough. But klicheres lo shai klipa. That wasn't by klicheres. You can't peel by pottery. V'chein kli nechoshes also copper. V'chein nechoshes oshar k'madachos. It's not trying to do klipa. You can't peel it, so you have to kasher. If you on the wooden vessel, it fell on the entire vessel. You want to peel it. Kula, that should be other. You can do that. That's great klipa. 11. If not, you go you should kasher it. Now, base came in the tzir ain't also hakli. Since the tzir doesn't ask in the entire vessel, only rather to Kedei Klipa, up to Kedei Klipa, Kedei Klipa, L'chein Lugam, L'chein Apekli, L'chein Cheres Lo Shai Klipa, even though you can't peel a pottery vessel. Mikom Makom, nevertheless, even though it's Kli Cheres B'chutz, if it fell on the pottery vessel on the outside, B'chol Sati B'shas Chak Levashabo. The matter has to cook inside because it doesn't taste of it doesn't penetrate. Anything fatty, and also clears into the klipa, but still can't go more than clay klipa into the vessel. It's not like but it goes into food. That the oil makes it spread throughout the entire thing. It doesn't apply to a vessel, not even klicheres. It's no worse than hot into cold. That dye klipa where klipa is enough. Kamashkas have to, as we've seen. For dye is no declination. That's why they melicha klipa a vessel which come also by melicha klipa. I they sharda dovanote bala by anything else which drips on it. It's like klipa requires klipa lomhani agola they irui. Can't do agola by pouring hot water on it. You already have a suffix e boil as klipa im lav. Irui klirishon. We're not sure if it penetrates klipa or not. Chumakam on the balaske klipa below the kula. The chumra we hold that irrigation is mavliya klipa, but now the kula that can be hagola. Shomar shemelet the skankin, which should say that also emits. Skankin klipa. Chen yesh agir b'kli rishon dafka say I do the hagola by kli in a kli rishon. Lam gimel. But Gemara Yisa Ma'isa Begozel is a story about a goose. A young chicken, actually. A chicken of any type, young bird of any type. Shlava Kakuda fell into a jar of this sour yogurt, which the mixture was used to eat, which has traces of milk, melech, and salt. The Tira Gozo, they allowed the bird, they said, even though salt in is like boiling, it's only if it can't be eaten. and got that salting, which is salting the ketera. Kutach, but that sour yogurt, nechamach must be still be eaten, no matter how salty it is. Rani milechai, that's only if the bird is raw. I will see the bird was roasted, so I klipa, so you have to do a klipa all around. Via ispe pile, if it has cracks, kule also, it's completely also. Pile ham, koim, they are cracks, vutzli, and it's roasted, losagle, but klipa is not sufficient. Fishabaleh, they're going to come because it absorbs the holes, the klu also. That's all also. V'matbil b'tavlin, if it was spiced, kule also, it's all also. The tavlin, tavlin shishbash limo, because the spices which are cooked with it, marachino, so they soften it. V'noachli v'loa, that's easier for it to absorb. V'kshenava l'kuta haya tzamei livloa, so to speak, when it fell into the kutach, it was thirsty to swallow. Ubala, and it swallowed. This is all from Rashi. The Perish Rashi, according to Rashi, the Hayona Haisam Mushalos, the bird was cooked, otzli or roasted, v'chaim because shitzonenes, and but chai doesn't mean raw, it means it's cold. Utzli because shirosachas, and tzli doesn't mean roast, it means when it's hot. They call it tzli rosech, because normally something which is roasted is considered hot in the Gemara. And the next one is rubbed out, but something stam, generically. Omer, so shemen shel truma, it says if you rub the korban pesach with oil of truma, im chai hu yidichenu. If it's chai, you can wash it off. If it's tzli, you clove. If it's tzli, you have to peel it as makoma, its place. V'asem vade tzli roseh kamar. Tzli there means it's not just that it's roasted, but it's that it's boiling. It's hot. She'ain masachin as a tzli ela b'odo rosech. You only put the oil on the tzli when it's still boiling. So agabe shuni roast on the fire. I would sleep tzoni, but it's tzli which is cold. Hamek shar tzoni ba'alma is like any other cold thing. The sadei about dacha, it's enough to do a dacha. But gam zeh shomer with the ispe pile. Also that what you say that has holes. All usher haina but tzli roseach. This is by by hot tzli, not just that it was roasted once, but now it's hot roast. The ispe pile has cracks. These which has cracks, I got pile bola because the cracks it absorbs. If it's spiced, fihavi roseach, and it's hot. Avagad lazy there's whole school also completely. Shatavlin moshchin as a kutach, the spices bring in the kutach into the chicken. And embedded within all of it. Even if it's roasted, if it's cold, it only needs rinsing. If it's tzli, roteach for klipa. If it's hot tzli, it requires klipa. If it's hot and has cracks or has tuba tavlin, it's spiced. Kuli also it's all also. That's what we're calling Rashi. The chayu chay mamish. Raw means literally raw. Shenim avushas are cooked. That's how rinse is enough. I would sleep, but if it's roasted, I feel it's only if it's cold. It's a klipa. You have to peel it. This way, peel it if it has holes, but sli in the roast, or tavlin, or it's spiced. I feel it's only even if it's called kula aser. It's really awesome. Say about truma kasa that feel chai, even if it's raw. Yeshua because if it has cracks, or tavlin has spices, kula aser. Really aser ayin. Fisha tavlin b'koyim because the spices or the cracks mavlim kulo those things to get absorbed completely. As a kusach that sour yogurt get completely absorbed. Einshom. Chenkos savatur v'zel shono. Two writes davka basar chai only by raw meat. Yeshua ben achel machas michos whether it can be eaten on account of its slow lane and echol machas or not. But sleep by roast ain't chiluk is living. Shafil nafal maliach shenecha machmasachol. In fact, this is something which can be eaten, but a klipa's got to be peeled. If the cracks are matul b'tavlin or spices, I feel ain't called but b'koim. If there are no the cracks, b'uchayin it's raw. Cool also it's completely also. Even though it's raw, it's also ad kan l'shono. It seems that the raw told that's father the rush agrees to save a truma. They call him tavlin. That by cracks or by spices, I feel chai also means raw. It's also the bezes relate to local Rashi. There's some Rishon not like Rashi. Indeed, only in tzli in terms of cold. The tzli tzoni it's kiba that even cold roast. As it was once roasted, requires klipa. If the roast has cracks Matuba tavlin, or it's spiced afilu with sonen. It's called kulo also. It's called completely also. Ava b'chai, but if it's raw, b'chai yad yesh zay ba'dacha. It's enough to rinse it. Practice the zel das the smak as well. Goes marchai near das a rush. Okay, so even still rinse is enough. Lamed hevenim to sheish bin yazeh shol shita. So we have three opinions. Shita's Rashi, I make a shukul koin Rashi is most lenient to b'tzayin, which would tell when it's cold, and so you don't need anything. Rakadacha, just rinsing. A few tzli, even if it's roasted. Yes, or become and has become a tavlin. Well, no, yeah, it has cracks and spices. Shita seba chuma machir shemkulon. When seba chuma is most machir, ain't no dai badacha. It's not enough to rinse. Rakchai only with tzra ve'emo become ve'emo to a tavlin. It doesn't have rips and spices. Avotzli, but if it's roasted, I feel it's only if it's cold. Tzar klipa, it needs klipa b'yeshu kima metuba tavlin. If it has cracked or has spices, I feel who chai, even if it's raw, kulas and kuli asa. But that's a rush for smack. B'chai ain't tzarich rakadacha b'chayir. It's raw, all you need is adacha. Avo b'tzli, but by roasted tzar klipa, you have to peel. I feel even when it's cold. B'himatzlim letzoni yesh b'koim or metuba b'tavlin. If this cold tzli has cracks or has spiced, kul also tzli aser vatur pasak machmir shebekulan. So passing like the most chumra dika shita here. Okay, and then we're going to see next time that not everybody passes that way, but that's it for today.